Thanks a lot, Melissa. So nice to meet you all. Eva Leneveu, Public Affairs Manager. I first wanted to thank you, so Melissa, Sean, and all the RWSN team for building ties between our organizations and organizing this type of events. We have new as part of the network. We just joined in 2023. So we really look forward to connect with all of you this year. So 1001 Fontaines is a non-profit organization based in France, which have 17 years of experience in designing and deploying safe drinking water solutions targeting rural communities. Our expertise is the water kiosk network. So to explain it in a few sentences, we set up small production units directly in rural communities that access locally available water source. We design an adapted pre-treatment and treatment process, and safe drinking water is produced locally at EU standards. To maintain the quality up to the point of use, we bottle the water into 20 liters bottles. So those services are operated as a micro enterprise, meaning that people in the community pay for the water at an affordable price, and the local operators make a revenue out of this activity. I know that afterward we'll talk about a prepayment system. So just to clarify here, our consumers are paying at the delivery, and we have a kind of a deposit, first purchase system, meaning that customers first buy the bottle, and then we'll just have to pay for the refill water inside. So the last pillar of our model is that we subsidize CapEx. We fully subsidize CapEx to ensure affordability. So we don't have to reimburse the CapEx, and this enables us to maintain an affordable price for our target population. Moving to the next slide, please. So what's really at the heart of our model is to ensure sustainability. We understand sustainability as capable, skilled local operators. So it's why we invest in training, capacity building to make community, people from the community managing all the skills to produce safe drinking water. So this is the first pillar. Then we have a national support organization. So depending on the country, it could be a non-profit or a social business. And this national organization gather all the expertise to make safe drinking water, meaning we have laboratories, we have marketing services to build the brand and to support a willingness to pay of our consumers. And we also have a strong force of economic analysis because you'll see afterward that the numbers are quite key in our model. Last part is the public endorsement, because we really assume that safe drinking water is a public service. So we engage for now at local level, building a micro, public-private partnerships. So rural communes own the land, own the infrastructure, and authorize us to use the water source. So coming to what's interests us today, the financial viability of our operation. I will speak about our Cambodian case study. So Cambodia is the first country where we started operate back in 2004. And there the financial viability could be analyzed at two levels. First, at the water kiosk level. So we bring each water kiosk to self-sustainability. How we do so? we have this national organization acting as a franchise, which provide entrepreneurs with a set of services like business coaching, quality monitoring, maintenance. We also provide consumables, marketing services. So how this is enabling the break-even at a kiosk level? First, because it enables good management of expenses and revenues. For instance, on expenses, we are able to manage the consumable price by buying big quantity at the national level and then spreading the consumables throughout the network. For marketing, the local entrepreneur would maybe not be able to deploy a communication campaign and so, but the social franchise will organize some communication activity to be sure that we are known by the community. So you can see the average profit and loss statement of our network. So those are numbers from 2022. And what we could see is that the critical volumes of water produced each day, it's about 1,200 liters. But if it's just 1,200 liters, the entrepreneur will just be able to pay the local expenses, but not really make an attractive revenue, neither be able to reinvest when it comes to maintaining the infrastructure or expanding the distribution capacity. So we know that 1,700 liters is really the threshold for the activity to be at the time well sustainable on a monthly basis, but also in the long term after a few years to be able to reinvest in the business. So as of 2022, we have 80% of our water kiosks that are self-sustained, so the first critical volume, and 50% that is really able to reinvest and make an attractive income. So linking this first part to the second one, our entrepreneurs are paying for the service they receive, about 15 to 20% of the revenues they do. And this is how we reach break-even on national scale. We've been deploying the network for the past 17 years, and we reached a critical mass of water kiosks back in 2020 with 250 kiosks in operations. We were able to deploy that way because we fine-tune all our processes to identify the communes, to set up the infrastructure, and now it takes us about 3 months to set up a wave of 10 water kiosks. So in 2022, again, the net result of the national organization has been positive. And I just put it the exact repartition of incomes. So you see for more than the half, it's the entrepreneur's contribution, the monthly contribution entrepreneur gave. Then we have the consumables with the national franchise buying the consumable in big quantity and then reselling to the entrepreneurs. And finally, an interesting point for us today is the carbon credits. So we've been registered by the UN FCCC standard and gold standards to generate carbon credits through our activities. Why carbon credit? Because by switching from boiled water to safe drinking water, people reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. So this was the big picture for Cambodia. Where we stand today is 300 water kiosks in operation, 1 million consumers, and about 25% of the rural population within the catchment area of our water kiosks. So it's about 5 kilometers around the infrastructure, thanks to the delivery service. So I'd be happy to answer any question afterward, but just moving to the Madagascar case. So back in 2008, we wanted to replicate the initiative in Madagascar, where the need for safe drinking water was tremendous. But we quickly find out that we'll need to adapt this project engineering and this economic model. Why? Because in rural Madagascar, the demographic is quite challenging compared to Cambodia. People are really widespread, and it was difficult to find more than 10 communes to set up a water kiosk. So we've been limited in terms of how we can scale the model, and also limited at local level, because we were not able to increase the price for the next years, because in difference from Cambodia, in Madagascar, there is no economic development. It's more on the other side. So it's why we had to think differently and to see how we can generate local revenues. So I will be quick. So we just started operating urban services in Tamatave, where our platform is based, and you can see the results. So as we have 6 rural water kiosks, we have just 4 distribution kiosks in urban setting, but we have twice the number of beneficiaries, etc. So in rural kiosks, we continue to operate. The only thing that changed is that we'll not ask the local entrepreneurs to pay for the capital maintenance expenditure. We'll cover that, leveraging the revenues we are doing in urban. So I hope it was clear, and I'm at your disposal to discuss any aspect that may interest you. I've just included few references if you want to know more about our work, and adding that we'll be in New York City at All Systems Connect and at the World Water Week. So please reach out to meet us.